Hey everyone, welcome back to Bible Lessons for Everyone. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Tom, and today we're diving into something that's probably like the most famous prayer in Christianity, the Lord's Prayer from Matthew chapter 6.
Right. It's interesting because, everyone knows it, but do we really get what Jesus was trying to teach us here? This isn't just a prayer to memorize and recite.
Exactly. So Jesus starts with, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name." And that word hallowed, I think a lot of people get tripped up on that. It's like, what does that even mean in 2024?
Oh my gosh, yes. I used to think it was just some fancy church word, but hallowed basically means sacred, holy, set apart. Like we're acknowledging that God's name isn't just any name. It's special. It's reverent.
And notice how Jesus starts with our Father, not my Father. It's this beautiful reminder that we're part of a community, you know? We're not praying alone.
That's so good. And then it goes, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This part always gets me because, we're basically asking for God's way of doing things to happen here, right now, in our messy world.
Right. And that's huge, Jenny, because we're not just talking about some distant future heaven. We're saying, God, let your love, your justice, your peace happen here in our families, our workplaces, our communities.
And then, this is where it gets really practical. Give us today our daily bread. I love how Jesus doesn't say, give us bread for the whole year, or
Right, just today. It's teaching us to trust God one day at a time, not to worry about tomorrow's problems, but just what do I need today, and trusting that God's got it covered.
And bread here isn't just, it's not just about food, right? It's everything we need, like emotional needs, spiritual needs, relational needs, all of it.
Absolutely. And then we get to the part that honestly makes me a little uncomfortable sometimes. Forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors.
That's a tough one because it's basically saying the way we forgive others is connected to how God forgives us. That's a high standard.
It really is. And I think the word debts is interesting here because some translations say sins or trespasses, but debts makes it feel very practical. Like when someone wrongs us, they owe us something, an apology, justice, whatever.
And Jesus is saying, release them from that debt, which is, wow, that's hard, especially when someone's really hurt you.
But I think that's why it's in this prayer model, because forgiveness it's not a one-time thing. It's something we need to keep bringing to God, asking for help with.
Mm-hmm. And then the last part, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. This one, I used to think why would God lead us into temptation?
Yeah, some scholars think it's more like, don't let us be overwhelmed by temptation or help us through times of testing. It's acknowledging that life is going to throw stuff at us, but we need God's strength to handle it.
And deliver us from the evil one, that's such a reminder that there's real spiritual opposition in this world, We're not just fighting against our own bad habits, but there's bigger stuff at play.
Exactly. So when we step back and look at this whole prayer, it's like Jesus gave us this perfect template. Start with worship, ask for God's will, trust Him for daily needs, practice forgiveness, and ask for protection and strength.
And it's all so balanced. It's not all about me and my problems. It starts with God, includes others, and then gets to personal stuff. It's like a complete conversation with God.
That's beautiful, Jenny. And I think, whether you pray these exact words or just use this as a guide for your own prayers, there's so much wisdom here about what prayer can be.
Absolutely. Well, that's all for today's episode of Bible Lessons for Everyone. Thanks for joining us on this conversation about the Lord's Prayer.
And remember, these ancient words are still so relevant for us today. We'll catch you next time.